but bold predictions for the 2024 season.
I don't
Last year,
remember,
I
but
think
I
I
think
had
I
this.
hit. I think I hit on all of them.
I can't find mine right now, but whatever they were, I probably hit on them. Just knowing me, it's probably safe
I
to
mean, when you
say.
go 13-0 and win the conference, we probably hit on our predictions.
Okay. Oh, now this is 2022. All right, never mind. I can't find 2023s, but 2022 I went for 2 out of 3. I remember that. So, um, what's your first one? Let's get started.
All right, so the first one, and I don't know how bold this is, but again, with so much unknowns around the entire offense, I have Roydell Williams and Lawrence Philly combining for 1,500
Ooh,
all-purpose yards. All-purpose yards.
all
So
purpose.
yes, all-purpose. Um, I think Roydell legit has a chance to be 1,000-yard back. Just knowing Mike Norvell wants to run the ball, and Philly's going to be used a lot in the passing game. And he's still going to have probably at least 300 to 400 rushing yards. So I have 1,500 yards between just Roydell and Philly, not even counting the stable you have behind them with guys like a Jalen Lucas, who's probably going to be used more in the passing game, a Singleton, everyone else that you have in that backfield. But I do think it's going to be a Roydell Williams, Lawrence Philly heavy running game. And if you're looking at backs out of the backfield, it's definitely Philly.
So, I got a quarterback one for you. I wanted to do like 15 quarterback ones, but then I had to like kind of change it up so that I wasn't just doing DJ Uyunglele for every single stat. Um, I've got DJU. I'm going to say he outplays Cam Ward down in Miami. Like whether that's a combination of like more yards and more touchdowns, or a better completion percentage, and maybe he has less touchdowns but more yards. I'm going to go less turnover. Like obviously that's a very vague thing, but if he has 400 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Cam Ward has 250 yards and 4, like I'm going to lean DJU. I'm going to say that he outplays him. Like for all the talk about Cam Ward, DJU, Uyunglele outplays Cam Ward, gets a win, and he also has 4 total touchdowns against Clemson. So I'm going to combine like to make it a little tougher, a little bolder. 4 touchdowns anyway, run, pass, kick return, whatever, however you get him, you get him. 4 touchdowns against Clemson, kind of a coming out game against them, and he outplays Cam Ward down in Miami. So there's my DJU one. How, dude, Pate does this, and I'm not just trying to steal his, but how high, like how 1 out of 10, how bold is that?
I'd say an 8, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's crazy. Like it's not.
I just think Mike is going to want to have a run first offense. I think almost, and I don't have this, a bold prediction would be like DJ has like 10 rushing touchdowns, because I could see that. I could see that because I think Mike is, again, we talk about the 1-year rentals. I think he did want to protect Jordan Travis. I'm not saying he doesn't care about DJ's health or anything like that, but I'm saying DJ's body is built much more to take on that impact, that if you're looking at, 3rd and goal from the 2 or 3, just give it to DJ. Let him go to work. He's 250 pounds. Why not use him? So I could see 10 plus touchdowns. Again, not a bold prediction of mine, but just something that sparked my mind because I did not have a quarterback bold prediction on my list.
So we'll snake this. I'll go with a defensive one, and then I'll snake it back to you, and then you can do 2, and then I'll finish. But last year, we had team leader in interceptions was I just had it in front of me, and now I don't see it. Was Jarian Jones with 3. The year before that was Greedy Vance with 3. The year before that was, anybody know, Jamie Robinson with 4. So it's been 2 years since we had a 4 interception leader. I'm going to go bold prediction. We get that again. The leader in interceptions on defense, no matter who that is, whether that's AZ Thomas, Fintrell, whoever, the leader on defense in interceptions has 4 this year, matching the 2022 total. I think somebody just has a standout year. I'd lean AZ Thomas. Wouldn't surprise me if it's like Earl Little in the nickel, or if it is a safety. Like they love Conrad Hussey a ton back there. But I'd lean AZ Thomas, but a defensive back has 4 picks this year for the first time since 2022. We'll get right back to chatting with Richie, but first I wanted to give a little bit of love to our friend John over at GotSpears.com. Make sure that you're supporting Got Spears is the best place to get your spears in Tallahassee and really anywhere in the world. You guys see the recruits with them all the time. You guys see them out of the stadium. You see them at any FSU events, any of the watch parties or booster club events. Make sure that you're getting your spears from only gotspears.com. You can use the code right now. Take 50 to get $50 off of most spears, gator heads, rush shipping, whatever you're looking for. John will get you taken care of. You can also pick up in person. So if you're going to that BC game or you're going to Clemson or you're going to Florida later in the year or whatever, you can pick it up in person, save on shipping, and probably get it a little bit quicker as well. Again, gotspears.com. We will link them in the description. Appreciate them for their support.
I like it. And I could definitely see that. I love the secondary. We've talked about it the past month on this show, TJ. The secondary, you're not concerned about the talent or depth. It's all there. For me, and this might be a little too bold, but I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm actually drinking wine, but I'm drinking the Kool-Aid right now on Cam Riley. 100+ tackles this year. I just think he's going to be an every down player. He's someone who you can keep in on third down and trust him enough in coverage that you don't have to be concerned to take him out. I think Lundy's a guy you probably take out of the game on third down. I think Cam Riley has a chance to be a star in this defense. Adam Fuller has proven me wrong. Year one, I wanted him gone. Now I think he's one of the top 5 to 10 defensive coordinators in the country. Probably going to get a head coaching job in the next 2 to 3 years, maybe sooner. And if he does, that's a good thing for Florida State because that means the defense is performing at a premium level. So I'm expecting a really big year out of Cam Riley. I really am. Any thoughts on that before I go on my last one?
Yeah, I think that's hot. I'm not saying that Cam Riley doesn't have a great year, but I think that's a bold one. I think that's like
He tackles the game.
Yeah. So I think you're going to need the extra games to get it done, right? You're going to have to get to 13 and then playoff game or 2. I looked it up real quick. Florida State hasn't had a guy have 100 or more tackles since 2019. That was Hamza Nasruddin. They did have Jamie Robinson get 99 2 years ago, so really, really close.
But I mean, Jamie was in that's insane.
Jamie was in on everything, and
he was a dog.
Also got the extra game with the bowl game against Oklahoma, so he did it. Well, we didn't play the in the ACC championship. So yeah, he just had 13. If Cam Riley could play 14, the championship in a bowl, or your 12 and 2 playoffs, or your 12, it could help. But yeah, I think that's hot. I think that's bold since it hasn't been done since 2019. And even
these are bold predictions. So
dude, that's what I'm saying. I think it's bold. I think you nailed it.
In my last one, Florida State is bringing home some hardware this year in the meaning of the Ray Guy Award. Alex Malstromano is going to win the Ray Guy Award this year. I think he probably had an argument last year to do it, but now he has the name recognition after last season. Florida State's not going to be punting a ton, hopefully, but when they do, man, they have an extreme weapon. And I just think if Florida State wins 10 games or more, like I think they probably have a chance to, and his numbers mirror what they were last year, he's got a very good chance to win it. Florida State, and more importantly, Alex Mastromanno wins the Ray Guy Award.
Last year, I think I had a bold prediction that Alex Atkins would still be on staff this year. So I do want credit for that one because I didn't know all that stuff. I didn't know. I mean, I knew that there was investigation stuff going on, but I didn't know exactly how that would go on. Maybe I knew a little bit. Yeah, maybe I'm lying to myself. But yeah, I just thought about that. Also, just very quickly, I'm not very concerned. I'm not concerned at all with him not coaching in that game. My last bold prediction might be that Alex Atkins walks around with a mask on, and so nobody knows that's him. They're on the sidelines. Stands next to Ron Dugans as his assistant. No, I'll go kicking as well. All right, so this one I think is bold. Fitzgerald went 19 for 21 last year, 90.5%. That was after just a not great 2022.
That's being nice.
Yeah, he went 12 for 20. So he made 7 more kicks on one more attempt. Percentage that year was 60%. Last year, again, 90.5. He was phenomenal. Made every single point after. I'm going to say he improves on that. I'm going to say he is higher than 90.5%. So he either needs to kick more field. We scored a lot of touchdowns last year, so his field goals weren't super high. I'm going to say he gets better than 90.5%. I'm knocking on wood. I'm less. I love Fitzgerald, so that's not me like talking crap. I'm less confident in it than I would be about your what is it?
Hunter tackle for Cam
Yeah,
Riley.
I like or Ray Guy. Like I think Mastromono's a little bit more of a lock, but yeah, I'll say he improves on it. I'll also say he has more points than he had last year. Last year he had 115, steady climb all 3 years that he was the main kicker. 67, 93, 115. I say he beats the 115 and beats the 90.5. So lock that one up. That would be the one
Let's
that I'm the
go.
most happy about though, because if Fitzgerald's scoring a lot, that's good news.
Yeah, because
He
there's
racked
been
up a
some close
lot of
games this
point
year.
afters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been some close games, and if he's over 90% kicking, that means you're winning those 50-50 games.
Yeah.
And that's huge. So I would love for that bold prediction to come true. And we'll
was a
definitely
big
revisit these in December.
It was a big time weapon last year to be able to
Yeah.
have him. And he was really good for the Noles. And you needed him to be really good. If not, man, like, he was big in he made a field goal against Florida, if I remember correctly, right? He actually no, he went 3 for 3 against Florida. Or no, 3 for 3 extra points. He went 1 for 1 against Florida. He missed one against Wake in a game that you won by 40. And he did miss one against Louisville, but he hit 3 other ones against Louisville. Like, he was the leading
Yeah.
scorer in the Louisville game with 11 total points. I'm sorry, with 10 total points, 3 field goals and an extra point. So, yeah, you had to have that, right? You had to have the performance he gave you. And then he was leading scorer the next week too. So, all right, let's